Welcome to Where's Wendy? Before the Southeast Asia trip, before the broken ankle, before all of it, there was a trip to Turkey, which was part of a longer trip to Central Europe. We flew from France to Istanbul, and during our 3-hour layover in Istanbul, where we sat in the airport, we planned the rest of our trip over coffee. Then another flight of an hour and a half to Kayseri in central Turkey, where we picked up a rental car from Budget at midnight, and Chris drove us to Kayseri on icy roads. But before we get to the hot air balloons and the underground cities and the horses in Rose Valley and the pool that Cleopatra herself once swam in, Turkey surprised me. And not in a small way, in a way that makes you rethink assumptions you don't even know you were carrying. About people, about faith, and about what a place can be when you actually show up and let it speak for itself rather than listen to what other people told you it would be. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start at the beginning. What I did not expect about Turkey was snow, and lots of it. I had done my research before the trip. I knew Turkey had mountains. I knew it had history and culture and otherworldly landscapes. What I had not expected, that in March in Central Anatolia, there is snow, serious snow. We drove to Mount Erciyes, a ski resort on the slopes of an ancient volcano, and the next morning, Chris did what Chris always does. When there is a mountain and snow within reasonable driving distance, he skied. Meanwhile, I went back to the hotel. I paid the credit card bills. I read emails. I journaled. I was warm and comfortable. This is our travel dynamic, and it works beautifully for both of us. The skiing at Mount Erciyes was, according to Chris, spectacular. Fresh powder, great runs, worth dragging ski equipment across an ocean and 2 continents. But he says that about every ski mountain.
Sucuk ekmek. You see him smushing the buns on. I love it. This is so good. It should look like that. No, like that. That's a bottle. That's not a sucuk ekmek.
Why is Turkey different from almost anywhere I have traveled? Because of the stray animals. Turkey has stray dogs and cats everywhere. And I do not mean neglected or frightened animals sulking in the shadows. I mean well-fed, healthy, friendly animals that are collectively cared for by the entire community. Shop owners feed them. People stop to pet them. They receive veterinary care. They have tags. They belong to everyone and therefore to no one. And the whole system works with a warmth that moved me. Turkey impressed me from the very first day. I have never seen a country that cares for their animals like Turkey. It is amazing. It's amazing that we went home without taking a herd of cats with us because Chris wanted to adopt every single one. He was a cat magnet.
I think it was Sunday and it was perfect.
From Erciyes, we drove to Cappadocia. I could try to describe it to you, but photographs speak louder than words. Cappadocia is a region in central Turkey where volcanic eruptions millions of years ago created a landscape unlike anything else on the earth. We checked into Anatolian House. It is a cave hotel carved out of a fairy chimney, a genuine cave hotel. Your room is carved into the rock with all the curved walls and natural textures that implies, and when decorated with such care and warmth that it feels ancient and luxurious. Soft rock formations called fairy chimneys rise from the ground in clusters. The rock is so soft that for thousands of years people carved homes and churches and entire underground cities directly into it. The landscape looks like something from a dream or a science fiction film, and yet it is entirely, completely real.
So this is the door to our hotel. All right, this is our hotel room. Very fancy glass door. This is the rest of our cave. Well, not the rest of it, but a part of it. This, I think, goes outside, but it doesn't work because it would take us outside. And these are our beds. This is our TV and our Wi-Fi. Yeah, for Yarzo. And this is a weird random corner for no reason. Ooh, cool corner. And the windows. Let me go inside.
So those are real Cappadocian wines, and the first and only example in Turkey, only for the Anatolian Houses Hotel guests. When you open this one, red wine comes.
That is so cool.
This is for you. So red wine
Wow.
as well.
Yes, please. That is so cool.
And every day, 2
Thank you.
p.m. between 8 p.m. you
Which wine I want to get? I can get red or white. Should I get red? Or should I get white? Which one should I get? Who knows? Good questions. I had to go back to get glasses because they didn't have any here. I chose red. I chose red wine. Good choice. All right, bye.
Turkey is magical. We were woken every morning by the call to prayer. What a way to get grounded and focus on the importance of faith every morning. The staff were some of the most helpful and kind people we encountered on the entire trip. They anticipated what we needed before we asked. They made us feel genuinely welcomed. Oh, and the breakfast. I have had a lot of hotel breakfasts in a lot of countries over a lot of years of travel. The breakfast at this hotel was the largest breakfast buffet I have ever seen in my life. It was not just large, it was incredible. Fresh bread, cheeses, olives, eggs prepared every way, fruits, vegetables, jams, honey, pastries, the full spread of Turkish breakfast culture, which turns out to be one of the great culinary experiences available to the traveling human being. We ate, and we ate a lot, and we went back for more. It was that good. We went swimming, and I thought, there are people who have never experienced anything like this, and I want every single one of them to know it exists. Cappadocia had introduced itself, and it had made a great first impression. But tomorrow, the alarm is set for 4:30 in the morning, because 160 hot air balloons were about to rise over one of the most beautiful landscapes on Earth. And we were going to be one of them. If you enjoyed watching these videos, and if it gave you some value, please like, subscribe, and comment. Continue watching. There are 4 more episodes to this series, and they are spectacular. And I'll see you there.